I worked in advertising. That was the first time I ever made money for music in my life. And I had a lot of liberal arts friends that I met in New York who found themselves in the advertising business. And they said, well, we love your music. You should do this, or, whatever. Play ukulele to this Sweet and Low track or whatever. And it was always, can you have it by tomorrow? You get the call at 9 at night. Can you have, a great song, for Kotex by 8 a.m. And I'm like, yeah, sure. What kind of emergency is this? I don't even know. Do people not know what, whatever Sweet and Low is right this second? Has there been a dip in sales or a dip in public awareness of Sweet and Low or Hunt's Ketchup or whatever? It didn't matter to me. It was just a way not to have to do things I didn't want to do in life. I didn't mind driving forklift, but I'd rather be, if given the opportunity, whether to drive a forklift or play ukulele to a flying Sweet and Low package, I would pick playing ukulele to a flying Sweet and Low package every day of the week.
There's that old Bill Hicks bit where he basically says, if you work in advertising, kill yourself. He's like, no, seriously, kill yourself. And there's advertising gets such a bad rap where I feel like, all the other arts are the other arts, I'm already calling it an art. Art is treated with such dainty fingers, and like it's so special and held up so high, where I saw the documentary about Muscle Shoals and the Wrecking Crew and stuff. Whereas like, in a way, a lot of these players, these amazing studio musicians were like, hey, look, I need you to come in here and figure this thing out for this pop song. Come on in. They're a day player. They go and they make it happen, and then they go home. And it's sort of like their version of Kotex is sort of like, hey, I need this song that the kids are going to make out to.
It's a tricky, slippery slope it's not like I really care about Hunt's Ketchup all that much, but it's like, look, and this may be just my working class roots showing here. Look, everybody in music in the music business is trying to treat music as a commodity. And it's this big marketing artifice. In order to get songs out there, in country, it's country radio. You got to get out to country radio. In rock, it's a little bit more atomized. It's like, well, there's some playlisting on the digital servers of Spotify and Apple, whatever. And it's also the night shows, and it's also press, and it's also AAA radio or whatever. And it's all to be like, and the artists have sold their rights away because it costs money to do all that stuff. And it's like, you're already getting into the advertising / marketing game because you want to market your creativity for a living. So I'm not calling that disingenuous at all. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that's the game that you're agreeing to in some way. Unless you're going to be a busker and just really not care about making a living at it, the only reason that music can make a living and have the sort of faint whiff of the possible stardom or possible success is because it was commodified in whatever in the radio era, from the 50s on. I still hold music as magical,
sure,
in its essence, and songs as magical at their essence. But to get into it, to make money, there is a certain bit of grind that has to happen. They have to go on radio shows and do podcasts and stuff like that when they have a record to talk about. And when I was making music for Sweet and Low, or Hunt's Ketchup or whatever, I was just like, well, I had these real doubts about my own artistic merit or my own self-worth, because it was like, nobody gives a shit. I can spend 100 hours on a video and nobody seems to give a shit. So I don't know if I just don't have the talent. What I'm doing is not applicable enough on a scalable level or whatever to actually make a living at this. Whoever created Hunt's Ketchup, well, they made something maybe that was worth eating or something, or that people
second
love.
to Heinz, second to Heinz ketchup.
Yeah,
In the ketchup wars, they come into
a distant second. I didn't create ketchup. I don't know if I've ever created ketchup with a song, because that's pretty big. I mean, ketchup is a big deal. So I just I think, well, whatever. I'm here. I'm going to try to create something that I like, that could be an accompaniment to whatever thing they want to do to sell their ketchup. And I'm just like, fine, whatever. It beats working 12 hours, moving steel around on a dock. It's all, and then you're done after it's done. It's like shift. It's a different kind of shift work on your own terms.
And with the sweet and low thing, anytime you're at a diner and you look over and somebody's pouring some into their coffee, you could be like, just give them a little.
Yeah. I'm part of the reason you love that shit.